how you all doing today? Okay, so today I was planning on going out to work, but A, it's raining, B, this story is here. Let's get straight into this off the top of it.
UberEats autonomous robot couriers launch in Leeds.
You heard that correct. Now, Uber has launched the little robots today. They are flying around Leeds as we currently are aware. This story here brings that Uber has launched its new atomic delivery robots in Leeds in a partnership with Starship technology. Now bear in mind, we have spoke about this before, but I think at the time of myself finding that story, I didn't realize how advanced this was in general, that it was about to be in process maybe 2 weeks later or a month down the line. How does this stop another driver, for example, or does it affect another driver? Well, I don't believe so, because when we come over to this story here, it gives us some information that Uber's already in operation between Japan, USA, and we already know that they're in Milton Keynes, Cambridge and Leeds already, right? With that being said, did you guys know that customers have the choice of if they want to select the robot or if they want it to be a rider? It's their choice. Now this is my message to you all. Up your game. Make customers feel like they're receiving a special service. And the reason I say that is because we're going to lose out otherwise. Unless we start being more polite to customers, and I'm not saying people aren't already, but we all know there's that one or two driver out there that might end up having a go at someone. You're a problem for all of us, bro. But yeah. So something else that come up here is the Thai Cafe in Leeds. Now, I'm not too sure if that's the only restaurant that has said yes so far to allowing this being tested. The advantages of these robots, they're going to be able to go where a bicycle can go, still use the pavement, and they'll be out in all weather. Nothing's going to be able to stop them. They're made for snow, all the rest of it. Now, if we head back over to the Uber page, notice here, it tells us about the CEO of the same cafe in Leeds, but I can't really seem to locate if there's going to be more restaurants or if this is just the one restaurant that's going to be available. It's hot meals, fresh food. We already know they have a big selection within Milton Keynes and other places. I want you guys to hear this.
We have also had lots of people over the history of Starship to say that why this couldn't work. One of the biggest ones, we still get it all the time.
Now, he's right, okay? Listen to this carefully.
Is that, people will steal robots. By now, we have done 8 million deliveries during...
Alright, I've got to stop that there. If you guys want to hear the rest of that, it's 20 minutes long. I'll link the UberEats link in the bio. You can go and listen to the whole entire story yourself. But basically, there's so much information that's spread within that story. Like, for example, they've done how many deliveries? 8 million already with the robots. That's crazy. I think they're aware that people are going to try and deliver the bots. Also, they're going to try and damage the bots whilst they're out doing deliveries and all the rest of it. Now, this is something that they've taken into consideration. Bear in mind, these little things are covered in cameras, you know. So, I think we just sit back, let it go as it does, and we hope for the best. In a way, this can only bring more customers in. And hopefully they select for a rider and not a robot. Because from stories that I have been told, someone said to me that they're in Milton Keynes and it can take this robot a little while, like half an hour to do 2 miles. Where, bear in mind, I'm pretty sure from this person's comment that they're a customer and they don't sound too satisfied with how the service is coming across. But I don't think this is going to be a problem for us. I reckon we'll still get orders. Is there going to be places that this can't go? No, I don't think that's true. I reckon they'll be everywhere, and there will be a lot of them. But the issue is they won't be dangerous. My question is, are these AI robots or are they man controlled? If they are man controlled, how do I sign up? I want to drive one. I think this would be cool. Right, so this story here is giving us way more information. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 restaurants as of now. So there's probably a few more restaurants that are on board. Most delivery dishes in Leeds this year. So Leeds must be really busy then. See, when I was in Leeds doing deliveries, and I was only there for a few days, it was popping. Way more busy than it was in Birmingham. And I don't think people really believe me. Like, if I had stayed in Leeds, the videos would have been much more advanced, I reckon. I would have had way more to do. Sometimes being here in Birmingham, there's so many drivers, there's a lack of work, and that's why it's important to have more than one application in your name, bear in mind, not rented, because then you have the choice to pick and choose through the jobs that you do want. And I think that's where a lot of people misunderstand, is that if you have one app, you're more than likely having a really bad day. Especially if there's 50 drivers, cyclists alone in the city, and then you might have 20, 30 mopeds, plus the car drivers. There could be 100 of us within the city easily within an hour, you know? So it becomes who gets the order first, and then who's going to deliver it. And with the rates coming into play, with that being said, the rates now for your profile. So remember, like a year or two back, we were seeing our delivery rates on your UberEats account. I know loads of drivers seen it because it was a big conversation of the orders that you accept, the orders that you drop. All of that plays a part towards the orders that you're about to receive in the coming future. There's even information of AI tasks that will be available for, what's it called? So basically, you go on the application, do the AI tasks. There'll be tasks on there coming soon. It probably rolls out in America first before it does England. But basically, you get a picture of a receipt and they'll pay you, whether it's $1 or $2 for each picture you take of a receipt. And they just want you to feed that to the AI, basically. Visited Leeds earlier this year to see the trial. Okay, so this has already been in trial, and now it's going out official. Right, yeah, with Evie or whatever you call them, with their delivery bots. I remember that taking place. It's crazy, right? Because I'm going to start popping up these odd little videos on the screen if I can find them. I've been saving them on my phone. It's basically where these little robots are crashing and people have to help them. And now I know you've all seen these videos across the internet. I've never really seen, right, okay, that's a lie. In LA, maybe, I've probably come across 1 or 2 videos where people have been vandalizing the boxes, like a lot of people suggested, and I'm pretty sure that's where you got the idea to do it yourself. But let's be real, man, the only person you're damaging in that is the customer, which then damages our customer market, because we're making money off the same customer, basically. You know, there might be a time where they think, okay, let me not use the robot, but then if they come across the internet and realize that these robots are being damaged, why would they bother order with us? That's the truth. So rather than going out destroying them, just let them do what they're doing. The fact that it moves really slow and it has half an hour it's going to take to do that 2 kilometers, yeah, bear in mind, right? And that's not even, 2 kilometers, is that a mile? I'm not sure. You know, I'm not even going to check that. I don't really care to know if it is or isn't, because it's not that far of a distance. But the honest thing of it is this space here, for it to take 2 hours or 30 minutes, to do the 2 kilometers, to me that's a red flag. I wouldn't want to order for that to be the case. UberEats said that Smash Bros. There's 15 robots. So they're starting off with 15 to see how it works for the first time round. Over 9 million deliveries across 125,000 roads around the world. Now, you see, where I'm concerned is, right, how are they going to convince the customer that this is the option they want to take, rather than select a delivery driver that's more than likely going to be 10-20 minutes faster than this robot? Not even in distance, in time. I think for the driver, the most time you're going to spend waiting is in the restaurant, if they have to prepare the food, i.e. if the restaurant's busy, or traffic lights, in other words. Do you know, it's going to frustrate me, because now I can't find where it told me about customers being able to select what they would prefer. Receive a trial, We can travel up to 18 hours. Want to wait. It might take a little while to get there. We already know it's going to take a while to get there. There's super on energy. Can go for a long time, but we set the delivery radius at 2 kilometers. Okay, so then it can go farther than 2 kilometers then. I reckon the 2 kilometers is like the limit that the government's saying, look, we don't want you going no farther than that for the time being until we get the results back and see what these are actually doing on the streets. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I want you all to hear this clearly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this whole section of the story and let it read it out for you.
Robots with reindeer antlers are now on the road delivering food for UberEats. The suspiciously cute boxes on wheels will be packed with pad thai, smash burgers, and wraps and sent out to addresses around Leeds from today. They do this already in countries including Japan and the US, but it's the first time they're doing so for UberEats in Europe. As well as bringing you a kebab, the robots are happy to sing a song upon arrival, but you won't be forced to accept them. For now at least, customers will be able to select their preference between a human and an automated Rudolph.
Right, so at the time being, they're saying it's Rudolph, obviously because it's Christmas. But by the way, shout out to this lady that gave us the story, because without this person right here, we wouldn't have the full information like we do. For example, knowing that there's a few more restaurants involved and that customers have the choice to choose. Now, Uber gave us a very good detailed story, but they didn't give us all of the information that we acquire. For example, it has an 18-hour battery. I certainly feel like there might be a reason why that information wasn't put out there, because that might make people think, oh yeah, that battery's valuable and that could be something we want to steal, i.e. not myself. I'm just quoting it, but it's already put out there from a journalist. This guy's quote, now he's a CEO. For people with inside of Uber, including riders like myself, to say, I don't think this is going to work. Now, as I've spent more time paying attention and realised how many deliveries are being done, bear in mind, there's always a chance of an accident. Accident meaning someone breaks the machine or tries to. Unless you tip it over, I don't really see anything happening to the food inside. With that being said, like I said before, it's probably best just to leave them. They're not going far. It's going to take half an hour. Customers have the choice to opt in and out. So let's be real. Right now, this whole month, more than likely in Leeds, is going to be popping for them because everybody's going to want to try it. They want to give it a go. I want to go to Leeds just so I can try it and film the little robot and have my experience with it. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, that's what's coming. We already know that it's not going to affect us, and I honestly don't think there's any purpose in you trying to destroy it at this point. Well, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and subscribe, as I ask you guys all the time. We're getting close to 5,000 subscribers, and the haters are always going to complain about the mask, but this is the thing, I'm locked in, alright? We've already started it, I'm going to finish it as I'm in process. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, you know what it is.